Good morning, my name is Tumi Tladi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this video is the first video of mine that you're watching, I'm gonna urge you to watch all my other previous videos where I did a lot up to this very moment. Now what I'm gonna do right now is gonna be part 3 of CI and CD. Wait, what's the title again? Because I just wrapped up with this series on version control, and then yesterday we did part 2 of CI and CD pipelines on Azure DevOps. So today we're gonna do part 3 because I promised that I'll come with part 3. Please watch the previous videos on this series. You'll find a playlist named version control. All the videos are in the playlist. So part 3, it's fine, we can mark it down because I'm doing right now. So part 3 CI and CD, and then in our previous video we were struggling with the CD part, continuous deployment. And I believe that since we bumped into this issue yesterday, so let me just recap. Let me go to pipelines generally. Let me open pipelines so that I can show you this issue yesterday that we bumped into. Come on. Okay, funny enough, it passed today, as you can see, 15 minutes ago. It took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So here's the thing. The difference between yesterday and today, if you look at this specific build, right, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to show you the pipeline, right? So let me show you the pipeline and then let me show you where the mistake was. Let's give this guy a second. One of the previous videos is this video of introduction to identical docs, where I promised to be raw, where I'm gonna show everything without hiding anything. You know, I just want to do a follow-up while I was doing research. As you can see, I'll show you my research here. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding the issue that I'm about to show, or the error that I'm about to show that caused the previous build to fail. But then again, I promise I'll come back with a solution, and that's what I'm doing right now. If you look at this task of deploying this issue, okay, it wasn't like this previously, but right now it seems like it's okay. But it wasn't like this previously, because this is what I did previously. If you read this guy, they're looking for the format of username and app identifier to locate, and then they confused me when I'm like, okay, let me go and get this entire URL, you know, the one that includes everything. And they say in the case of organization, it's going to be organization name and then app identifier. So I thought I was going to use the entire link. Okay, so it seems like this error might explain exactly what I did. So now the build failed because of this. The error and the status was 404, the message not found, because it could not find this guy, which is app Slack or Slack, right? So that's the previous failed build. All right, then what I did, I went to now research app Slack, and then I found this app center distribution task for Azure pipelines, and I opened this guy in here, and then I read a lot. So I hate YAML. I think you remember this from our previous videos, especially part 1 of this CI and CD pipeline. So app Slack, I read a bit about it here. It's the same thing that appears on the portal, Azure DevOps portal. I'm like, okay, you're not helping me a lot. And then what I did, I went to now deploy. So I've been reading this guy, deploying Azure DevOps build with App Center, and that's exactly what we're doing, right? So until I bump into this step of app Slack, yes, this one. You can find the app Slack by going to your project on App Center and extracting it based on the URL. So I thought this is exactly what I had to do. But then again, when I read, for example, the app Slack for this URL is going to be just this. So this is going to be the user, and then this is going to be the app identifier. In my case, we need the organization name and app identifier, and then that's exactly what I did. Well, let me go back so I can show this build that actually, okay, the same thing, edit the pipeline. So that's what I did. I think I did click that we should edit. Wait, not this one, the one I paused. This one, 19 minutes ago. So edit the pipeline. The only thing that I had to rectify was what I'm about to show right now. If this content on this YouTube channel is juicy, it's exactly what you're looking for right now, I'm gonna ask you to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up again, I'll leave a comment, subscribe, tell fellow developers to share this video. Trust me, there's more that's coming. So like I said, let's go back to this task, and then that's what we did. This is my organization based on, if you look at this overview, or should I say app details, as you can see that this is the organization. Where is the organization? Well, this is the organization, but this is what I extracted: organization, identical docs, and then apps. This is the app identifier. This guy, it's app identifier. So I only needed this as a second part, this as a first part, and that's what we have here. And after this, it worked like a charm. So what it did, it ran every single task to a point that it deployed it to App Center. But here's the thing, remember that I only aligned by I'm not signing this build, right? So we don't need this guy. Look at this. It shows that latest released on the 19th. That's why I was excited to make this video as a follow-up for part 3. So it actually did it. So if I go for the build doesn't come from App Center, but the build came from Azure Pipelines. That's the CI. So you see, 7 months ago, that's the last build. So it did not come from this guy. But if you look at the distribute, there is a release that's new, that's coming from App Center, or that's coming from Azure DevOps. Excuse me about that one. As you can see, this is the guy. The last time I built my Android app was on January the 13th, right? So today, this one went to Collaborators. Unfortunately, did not go to the store, which is something I was very curious about, because this is the first time I'm opening this page of the releases. That did it go to the store or did it go to Collaborators? And I'm glad that it went to Collaborators. I can disable release, I can delete this release. I'm not gonna do that, but if I get inside it, this is the version number, it got the right version, and then this is the first build from App Center, and I want to do another build right now so that we can do it. Let's do it live. So we are done with this guy. I'm gonna go to pipelines. I'm not gonna change anything, I'm just gonna build it. So we're not gonna create a new pipeline, but I want to run a new pipeline. So this was yesterday, it failed, this was today, it passed. So I'm gonna run the pipeline, a brand new one, and then I'm gonna enable system diagnostics, and then I'm gonna hit run. And we are doing it from the source branch. So let's give this guy a second. There we go, a new one, it's running today. So note everything. So this is release number 28. We're expecting release number 29 if this works, because this is CI and CD. The CI part is working, this is CD. Okay, so we know that this is the first, it's coming from the first build, and today, no downloads, destination to Collaborators, and then minimum version, MDF5, size, new version available. It's what I wrote on the release notes. And do I want to distribute? Can I distribute this to a store? That's interesting. We'll come back to this. I can download this specific APK. What is this? Oh, okay, this is new. I can install this, scan the code with our device camera, or visit install page on your... It's interesting. We should do this. I did not know this. and then more. I can edit the release. I can disable. Let's see what happens when we edit the release. Oh, the release note. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, the release note. Edit. I can preview it. This is how it's gonna appear. Okay, interesting. It's good that I can edit this release note, but they should say edit release note, not just release. But nevertheless, I wonder why it's going to the collaborators though. I'm very curious about this. If we go to the groups, I do have collaborators. Who are they? On the 19th, build number 17, there's no data available yet. Okay, new release. What is this? Are we downloading testers? Okay, myself, and then myself again. This group corresponds to the collaborators of the identical dogs, and then releases, and these are releases. But why is it like this? Why is it marked like this? What does it mean? Remove from the group. Why is it marked like this? Mandatory release. Oh, I did mark this that it's a mandatory release. Okay, go back. Okay, testers, manage. Ah, come on, but it's fine. So this helped a lot, and the image I was looking for was this. If we zoom in, do you see this? That's how I've learned this. But here's the thing that's interesting. Do you see this example? Let me do this. If you look at this example, these people are not signing it. Because this is the pipeline, right? You get the sources from GitHub, from master branch, phase 1. You copy, they do blah blah blah, Gradle build, copy files, drop, test. They do not sign it. I don't know if I'm making sense. They did not sign it. This is interesting. Although this image it's old, it was for sample purposes, but they did not sign it. Nevertheless, okay. So I'm the manager, that one's the manager, but that's not what I'm looking for. How far along is it? Is it still building, or what's... Okay. Is it still building though? Yes, it is. So what's wrong with it? It's been queued. Does it mean that since I left this tab, this page on this tab, that it decided to slow down the process? What does it mean? Other than that, yeah, okay, so these are the groups. Okay, we know about this. What happens if I click new release? I can upload the APK and then write the note destination review. Okay, but I'm interested in the stores because I already configured the stores. The last time we pushed to this guy, and I cannot delete that. I cannot delete that. I have a beta alpha, but I haven't pushed to this. So here's the thing though. How do I tell okay, what's happening here? isn't supposed to do its thing. It says it's been queued 10:44, 6 minutes ago. Yes, we know all these things, but now why is it doing this? I'm not gonna cancel it. In the meantime, I want to edit this pipeline in a new tab. And this is gonna be interesting. So we know that this entire pipeline, or the tasks in this pipeline, are the default ones, but I believe you can directly point to the store from here. But it's fine that I deploy to, I think by default they are advising that we deploy to App Center or via App Center. But why is it that App Center is not pointing to the stores? How can I tell it that, hey, you point to the stores? So this is where that release note is coming from. It knows where to get this binary file path. Require users to update to this release. That's why it showed the mandate. Destination IDs. IDs of the distribution groups or stores. That's interesting. IDs of the distribution groups or stores the app will deploy to. Leave it empty to use the default group, and use comma or semicolons to separate multiple IDs. Does it mean I can get the ID from App Center? And the symbol, it's Apple by default. This thing, output variables, it's useless. Control options, it's literally useless. So these are the only options I get. Why does it say it's being queued? Oh, come on, man. Cancel. Yes. I'm also testing Microsoft system to see if it's working. You can't say it failed. Let's go back because I need to delete this one. It's useless. How am I going to justify this? So delete this one. I want to keep the things that yes. Again, we're gonna run the pipeline. So let's not move away from this page on this tab. Let's wait for it until it does something actionable. I thought it was gonna keep that build to be number 2, but it's in fact incrementing it to be number 3. What does it mean? Does this mean that the issue is on my side, or is the issue on Azure DevOps system? But at least this is CI/CD. We saw that it can move from here now to my collaborators. But how do we point to a store? Speaking of that, the only time, how do I get the store ID? It's been submitted, blah blah blah. How do I get the store ID? Because I already configured this. Publish to Google Play. We don't want to do this. I don't even want to click this. I don't even know what it does. Then we can view the app. But how do I tell this guy what's happening here? How do I tell this guy, hey, I'm curious about something. You know what I want to do? Let's go to pipelines again. I want to create a new pipeline. There's something that we need to figure out. A new pipeline. This one I'm gonna delete it. Don't worry about this one. I'm gonna delete. This is gonna be a dummy one. Classic editor. Now I'm comfortable with this. I feel like as a developer, if you keep on like trying these things, learning, we would ultimately, know everything about what's happening. Solid, yes. Continue. And then as usual, we're gonna do Xamarin and then apply. So these are the default tasks in this agent that they are recommending, right? Cool, including deploying to App Center. But what if one were to add a new task, which is Google? I'm curious. So there's no task for Google. Container structure test. Here it is. This is interesting. I don't want this one, marketplace. What if, because we don't have it, it doesn't show by default? Provides task for continuous delivery to Google Play Store from TFS, Team Service Build or Release Definition. Let's get this one for free. Not only that, wow, come on. And then publish to Google Play Store. Let's get it for free. Lastly, Google Cloud Sdk. Okay, let's see. Google Play. Let's see. Also with this one. Oh, by the way, this should be interesting. We need to check that status bash. The last time it was updated was 2016. I don't know if this one is the correct one. Let's see. And fewer people by Alexander what? So that means we are good to go this side. We are good to go this side. Build status still is funny. Come on. I thought by now it will show something nice. Instead, it's weird. It says pipeline not found. What do you mean pipeline not found? You are crazy. But we'll come back to this again. Okay, it doesn't want to run. I don't know why now. So let's refresh this. I love the fact that they provide a refresh button. Ah, look at that. So which one now do we want to utilize? I'm curious about this one, where I can choose beta. Some settings, let's see. What JSON file is needed? Okay, I remember this one. Okay, we'll come into this APK file. A command, package name, what message used on the recent changes field of your update on Google. Okay, so let me go to OneDrive, because I believe I do have that file. But also, I'm curious about something. Let's add another task, and then we're gonna go to this one of release. I want to know if release to internal service connection, APK path, this one it's more interesting. I want something like this where I get to choose internal test. Okay, let me do this quickly. Like I said, I do have the key store, just I forgot the let's see. Yeah, I do have the key store. It's fine. But there's a file I'm talking about. Let's see. Google Play developer. There's a JSON file. Okay, this view is terrible. This is the JSON file I'm talking about. Let's see. Download. It seems like I do have some notes. This is interesting. I need to check these things offline. Cloud platform, Geo API key. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. So for this one, I can get to the file APK. It's what bothers me. Release to internal APK path. But if I go to this one, I think we can learn about APK. I want something like this. Can I copy this? What does this mean? Okay. I want this guy to go to, it seems like alpha, it's package name. Here, let me view this guy in a group. So this is the package name. So this is the package name. There we go. And the JSON file, let's see. Oh no. So do you guys want me to have a JSON file in here? I mean, how do I get out? So, but I cannot browse the way I need to browse. That's ridiculous though. Wait, this might be interesting. They said this was linked, right? So build binary directory. So it's linked to app file parameters.app file pipeline parameters.app file There's no parameters.app file here. Parameters.app file, it's what we saw. So let me go and try to do the same thing to say we're gonna link it. Maybe it might work. So unfortunately, well, now I see what this linking does, but this is the browsing part. I cannot have that file in here because it's a sensitive file. Okay, so this one, they want the service connection. If I say add, yo, service connection name, details. Service account email, private key, and then APK path. At least this one is browsable. But you can't keep on doing this, guys. wait. So then the issue is the service. Okay, I think I'll come back and do part. I need to explore what's in here. I believe I'll come back and do part 4, because this is a very interesting thing. Okay, this still doesn't want to. I don't know what's happening. "18 minutes ago and still nothing is happening." It says queued. Did I do something wrong? This one, it's still being queued. But at least we learned that it eventually arrived here, which is interesting. Because this is distribution. I mean, I have access to all of these. I just need to tell it to go directly to Google Play Store. I think that will be the last thing I'm going to be doing for this series. Stay tuned for more. Yeah, it seems like there's more to discover and learn here. Other than that, let me just cancel this and then we are done. Thank you for being patient. If you have any solution, please holler at me using the comment section below, and then I'll appreciate any input you might have. Finally, subscribe.